Hi guys, Jen Miller here. Guess what we're going to do? Off the floor yoga. You know what I love about this workout? You're off the floor. So what I've done here is I've taken two sturdy chairs and pushed them against the wall, and I put a towel behind the chair so it doesn't mark up the wall. And I want you to take those chairs apart just far enough that you can get a couple of legs in there or hips in there or even shoulders in there. So we're going to do our whole workout using those chairs, and you want to make sure they're sturdy and you want to make sure you have a good solid wall to push them up against. The second thing you're going to want to do is go barefoot. Now, if you're not in the mood to go barefoot, you can't wear sneakers, it doesn't quite work. You're going to use some ballet shoes or some little jazz shoes. Also, you need a sticky mat if you're going to be on the floor. If you have a carpet or half carpet and half floor like I do, you can use a towel if you need to come down to a kneeling position. If you have a sticky mat, put both edges of the sticky mat under the chairs so it stays in place. All right, if you're ready to get started, grab your water, put your hair up, and let's get to it. Okay guys, before you get started, check your station. Now look, see how I have my mat put on the wooden floor so that my chairs won't slide? That's super important. You want good, sturdy chairs. Also, I've got a towel behind each chair as you see here, and I've got them pushed against the wall. They're pretty solid. Make sure they're all the way down into that mat. All right, we're gonna start with our feet about hip distance apart. Remember, barefoot or jazz or ballet shoes, and remember to inhale as you extend it, exhale as you close the angle. So when you open the angle of the movement, you inhale, and then when you close the angle, you exhale. I may not always be able to tell you when to inhale and exhale, so practice a lot in the beginning, and then it'll become normal and natural to you. All right, we're gonna start about a foot back from your chairs, feet about hip distance apart. Spread your toes out and grab the floor with your toes. Now take a deep breath and inhale up, reach up, look up, stretch up. And then exhale and you swan dive all the way down slowly and put your hands in the chair. Just gently touching that chair, looking right down at your feet. And then as you inhale, come up with your arms out, looking at the wall just very gently. Exhaling, putting your hands back on those chairs gently, looking at those feet. Now bend your knees, sit back, look up, inhale, bring those arms behind you, reach all the way up. And exhale down by your side and roll those shoulders. Now remember, if you get a little lightheaded during the workout, there's a chair right there. Just sit down. Breathe normally and then pick it back up. Do a little bit of this workout at a time. And then always check with your primary care physician to make sure this is what you should be doing. Okay? And one more time, and if you have a little cat or a dog, just be aware that they're in the room and don't step on them. Inhale up, reach up, look up, stretch up. Exhale, forward bend, hands down on the chair. Look at those feet. Good. Inhale to soaring bird now. Stretch that back out. Roll those shoulders out. Thumbs externally rotated. Palms facing the ground. Now as you exhale, put those hands in the chair about halfway down. I want you to step back, pushing against these chairs into a bent leg down dog. So this is a partial down dog, and this is a basic move. A full down dog on these chairs might look like this, but we're going to start here. So hold that bent leg down dog, lift your tail, push your head down, and breathe normally here for a couple of breaths. And think about that upper back squeezing together and the shoulders dropping away from your earlobes. Now inhale and see if you can straighten out somewhat into a plank. You're looking right between those chairs at the wall, core is tight, lift that tail, exhale back into that bent leg down dog, and just hold that. Good. Now inhale and come back to your plank and look up a little higher. See if you can straighten that line out from your hips to your shoulders, and then exhale. Push that tail up and start to straighten those knees a little bit. Good. One more time, guys. Inhale. Look straight into the wall right there. Good. And then exhale. Lift that tail. Push back. Elongate the muscles in the back of the legs. And step forward right foot. Step forward left foot. And then bend those knees, bring those arms back, reach up, look up, stretch up, and exhale down. Good, and roll those shoulders. Good, first set. All right, let's try to go one step further. Take a deep breath, inhale up, and exhale down. Hands go to the chair. We're gonna drop down a little further and look right through those knees. Try to lift that tail and forward bend a little more, and then inhale and look at the wall. And exhale, hands go down. You're going to step back into a downward facing dog. This time, try to straighten your knees as you breathe out on this, and continue to breathe can take a few cleansing breaths if you want to. Remember, every time you exhale, drive that chest toward those ankles or knees and lift that tail a little higher. Bend your knees and try to push your heels down and look straight down at the floor. Just hold this position. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, really push back into those heels and try to flatten those feet on the ground and don't force them. Good. Now you're going to inhale and straighten that body line out and look right at the wall. Good. And if you can look a little higher. This is an up dog. Exhale, down dog, push back, stretch back. Good. Bend both knees. Step forward right, step forward left. Forward bend, release those hands and come down to the ground. Now you're pretty far bent over in this position, so remember, come up slowly, bend the knees, inhale, come up slowly, let those eyes kind of come up the cable car, all the way up to the top. Reach up, look up, stretch up, and exhale down, and roll those shoulders. Good job, guys. Let's go one step further. Inhale up. Exhale, forward bend, hands on the chair. Inhale, step back into your plank and drop down as you look up. And then as you exhale, press down into your downward dog. Let's try that again. Inhale, up dog, from a little bit to a little more as you feel comfortable. And then exhale into down dog. Good. Now place your left foot in the center of your body line and take your right leg straight back. See if you can lift that leg pretty high. And if you can't, don't worry, just come as high as you can. And then take that leg, bend it, and then bring it forward right between your chairs. And then very slowly release those hands and come up, 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 up. Look where the wall meets the ceiling. Now, if that makes you a little bit dizzy, just look straight ahead. Exhale, bring your hands back down. Step back and keep breathing into that down dog. Remember to exhale. Inhaling as you prepare and exhaling as you get into the stretch. Good. Inhale. Come back to that up dog. Look up only where you can. And then exhale and push back into your downward facing dog. Good. Now take your right foot and put it in the center of the body and lift your left leg up. Lift it up, up, up as high as you can. And you're gently pushing against those chairs to get that leg extended. That bottom leg is straight. And then bend that knee and come forward and step in between your chairs into this lunge. Hold that lunge. Bring those arms up, up, up as you inhale. Remember, you don't have to look very high. You can look straight ahead. And then exhale. Bring those hands back down. Step back into your downward dog. Exhale. Good. Bend both knees. Give me a little 1-inch hop. Now again, another one. Now a big one. Good. And then forward bend. Inhale, bend those knees. Come all the way up. Reach up, look up, stretch up. Exhale down. Good. Now you roll those shoulders. Take a couple of breaths. Get a drink of water. Watch what I'm going to show you. When you do these lunges, you'll be stepping here and holding here. This leg is always going to stay bent. And a lot of these postures that we're going into, that front leg stays bent like you're fencing. So don't worry so much about going deep, but keep the weight forward on that front leg. Open those hips up, and then as you lift into these postures, you'll feel like you have a really good line as you go into these stretches, okay? All right, if you've had your sip of water and you've rolled your shoulders, let's continue. All right, we're gonna take a deep breath, same thing, feet about, foot back, toes spread, inhale up. Exhale, forward bend, hands on the chair. Step back. Some people like to jump back. And you're in that nice downward facing dog now. Inhale, up dog. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, down dog. Left foot in the center of the body, right leg lifts, lifts, lifts. And when it can't go any higher, bend that knee and bring it forward, right between those chairs. Slowly to release the hands. Bring them up, 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 up. Good. Now, holding that position, drop your back knee down, and when you come up, turn toward me. And now you're in Warrior 2. this, hold that position. This was warrior one, this is warrior two. Good. Now drop that front arm all the way over to the thigh and reach over for a nice long stretch. Take a deep breath, come to warrior two. And then exhale into this move right here. Backhand on that chair and reach up, exalted warrior. Good. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale to front bend. Good. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale to exalted warrior. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale to forward stretch. Now just very carefully lift the heel of the back leg. Put this hand back on the chair. Put this hand back on the chair. Lift out and exhale into your downward facing dog again. Inhale, look up. Reach up, stretch up. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Just hold that, enjoy that. Take a couple of breaths here. This is a really good stretch for the back of the legs. You want to, if you look at my hips here for a second, watch. They're going to tilt up. So you're going to push your hips up, tilt them up. All right, now just gently place that right foot in the center of your body. Lift that left leg up as high as you can. And when it won't go any higher, bend that knee and then step right between those chairs. Gently release those hands and reach up into this warrior one. Now you can look up where the wall meets the ceiling, but start here by looking straight ahead and then eventually lifting up. You'll see people go way back into this posture, but we're not there yet. Drop that back knee down. Turn into that fencing posture. Now you're in warrior two. Inhale. Now exhale into this front stretch. Do your best. It's really good to elongate through the torso. And then inhale back to warrior two. Exhale to exalted. Remember to keep that front knee bent the whole time as you're reaching up and looking up. And then inhale back to warrior two. Exhale into this front stretch. Inhale into warrior two. Exhale into exalted warrior. Inhale to warrior two. And as you exhale, bring this hand back down to the chair. Then this hand down to the chair. And step back into your downward facing dog. And hold that as you're exhaling. Now take your cleansing breaths. Don't hold your breath. Exhale. Now inhale and come into this nice plank. Hold that position. And exhale into down dog. So that's different from an up dog. So this up dog comes from a plank position and comes down here. But a down dog, exhale, folds in the middle at the hips. And a plank stays straight. Let's practice that. Inhale. Exhale into down dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale into down dog. Inhale into up dog. Exhale into down dog. Bend both knees. One little hop. Another little hop. Hop all the way up. Inhale slowly, slowly, slowly. Bring those arms up, look up, stretch up, reach up. Exhale, forward bend all the way down. Very nice. Inhale to soaring bird. Exhale to forward bend. Inhale, come all the way up. Inhale, inhale. Reach up, look up. Exhale, forward bend. Bring those hands down. Step back into your downward facing dog and exhaling as you hold that position. And stay there. Good. Left foot into the center of the body, right foot behind. Inhale as you lift that leg. Lift it as high as you can. When it won't go any higher, bend that knee, step forward into warrior one. Okay. Drop that back leg down. Inhale. Turn into warrior two. Exhale into forward stretch. Inhale into warrior two. Exhale into exalted warrior. Inhale into warrior two. Exhale into forward stretch. Now see if you can bring this hand down to this chair And then pivot that back leg and step back into your downward facing dog. Anytime you need to, just move those feet around to accommodate the position. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now keep breathing. Move that right foot to the center. Lift that left leg behind you and lift it as high as you can. And when it won't go any higher, bend that knee, step forward left. Bring both arms up into warrior one. Bring that back knee down. And come into warrior two. Exhale into front stretch. Inhale into warrior two. Exhale into exalted warrior. Inhale into warrior two. Exhale into front stretch. Now bring that hand right back down to that chair. Step back into downward facing dog. Tail high. Good. Chest open. Bend both knees and take a little bit more of a jump. And one more. And forward bend. Just hold that knee stretch. Deep breaths here. Let that back relax. Let that neck relax. Good. Inhale. Come on back up. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Doesn't that feel good? And exhale down. Roll those shoulders. Fix your outfit. And now we're going to one more thing. And this is called a triangle. Take a look. Take your left foot between the chairs right here. Okay? And then put your hands down in the chair. And then come on back into this lunge with me right now. Good. Now turn that back leg sideways and flat and come right up into warrior two here. Now what I want you to do is shift these hips back and then straighten this front leg and put your hand on this front chair and then reach up and you'll get a really nice stretch in that lower leg. And if you really want to, you could push against the chair and then rotate toward the ceiling. But that is called a triangle. So watch, let's do it to the other side. You step forward with the right leg this time, okay? Come into that nice warrior two. That knee is out, that foot is sideways and flat. You're gonna hold that, okay? Now you're gonna push your hips back, put your hand on that front chair, and then reach up. And that's a nice triangle. Some people can reach all the way over their head. Okay, and then if you want to, from here, you can just rotate up. It's a really good stretch. It's a nice incline, then slowly bend your knee back to get out of it, and you'll come back into this warrior pose. So we're gonna do that whole thing from the top, on both sides, everything we've done, and then we'll be good, okay? Last series right here. Take a deep breath, inhale up, look up, reach up, stretch up. Good, exhale, forward bend, bring your hands down to the chairs, look through those knees or those ankles. Inhale, soaring bird, look at that wall. Exhale, hands down, step back into your downward facing dog. Good. Inhale into a plank. Exhale into a down dog. Tail up, back of the legs extended, upper back squeezing. Inhale into a little bit of a plank into an up dog. And do only as much as you feel you can. And then exhale into that down dog. Good. Inhale, take your right foot to the center. Lift your left leg up as high as you can. And then step forward into warrior one. Bring those arms up, up, up. Look up, stretch up, reach up. Drop that back knee down, and as you come up, pivot so that front foot is still forward. The back leg is sideways and flat. And you're holding warrior two. Inhale. Drop over into this front stretch. Exhale into exalted warrior. Now as you inhale, shift those hips back like we practiced. That way. Put your left hand down on that forward chair and look up. Inhaling. And then exhaling as you turn toward that ceiling. Good. Inhale, bend that front knee, put both hands on the chair, step back, and then exhale into your down dog. Good, left foot in the center, take that right leg up, step forward into warrior one. Bring both arms up, 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 looking at the wall first, and as you get a little bit more familiar, looking way up. Dropping back down for a second, back leg sideways and flat, front leg bend here, inhale, forward, reach, Exhale, exalted warrior. Reach over. Inhale now, shift those hips that way. Straighten that front leg. Take that hand to the front chair and reach up. Inhaling as you open, and then exhaling as you hold it. Good. Inhale, both hands back down to the chair. Step back into your downward dog. Exhaling. Inhale, plank to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Bend both arms. Do a little push up. Come back up. Press into down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, push up. Inhale, press up. Exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, push up. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Now let's bend both knees and see if we can jump all the way forward. Ready? Inhale. Jump. Reach all the way up. Keep inhaling. And exhale down. And that, my friends, is off the floor yoga. And that's a start. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, go at your own pace. Check with your doctor before you get started. If you get a little dizzy, sit down, rethink what you've done, and try to practice it a little easier. As you get better and better at this, you can do more and more. You'll get more flexible and stronger. All right, I'm Jen Miller. I'll see you next time.